boxing IQ. He's a very good fighter. He's strong guy. He's very compact. He's like a bull, you know. He's a smart guy. He's a young guy. He's a regular guy. He's a regular man, you know, like everybody.
Gennady Golovkin has just shared his shocking verdict on Canelo versus Crawford upcoming clash. On the other hand, Robert Garcia said Crawford's speed and intelligence could earn him a decision, but he doubts Crawford has the power to knock Canelo out.
What are your thoughts on Canelo versus Crawford? Highly anticipated fight, quickly approaching.
I know a lot of people are not very excited about that fight, and they think the size difference, huge difference. But Crawford's big, man. Crawford's a very strong fighter. He's a very smart fighter also. So look, the way Canelo's been fighting his last couple of fights, where he's just looking for one punch at a time and maybe not doing enough to hurt his opponents, maybe not doing enough to finish them off. I could see Crawford pulling it off.
Decision?
I think Crawford could pull off a decision because he's fast, he's smart, and he doesn't need to run. He could stay around Canelo and just pretty much focus on winning a decision. Because I don't think he could knock out Canelo, but he could definitely win a decision.
Moreover, Brian Norman Jr. said he supports Crawford as the underdog, despite age, size, and natural weight disadvantages.
I'm gonna go with Crawford simply because I love going for the underdog. He got everything going against him, and I just want to see him. He's older, he's naturally smaller. Some people say he's still a natural 140 pounder. Everything is against him. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to see a win because of all of that.
However, Gennady Golovkin said Canelo Alvarez is strong, smart, and powerful, but still just a man with no invincibility.
Boxing IQ. He's a very good fighter. He's strong guy. He's very compact. He's like a bull, you know. He's a smart guy. He's a young guy. He's a regular guy. He's a regular man, you know, like everybody.
Furthermore, Ryan Garcia said Crawford will land plenty of shots, but they won't affect Canelo enough to win.
Crawford Canelo, Rod. Keep it a stack. This is the fight of the century. Everybody's talking.
I know.
How do you see it, man?
Man, I really see I see that Bud is gonna do good. He's gonna do good. But I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud like getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with single shots, but they have no effect. That's the thing.
Ryan Garcia added that Crawford is complete and adaptable, but maybe biting off more than he can chew against Canelo's power.
That's the thing. Like, I know he's gonna be able to hit Canelo because I've seen Canelo in sparring where he, like, not that he's getting hit, well, he is getting hit, but it's so ineffective that what he's doing is just he imposing himself too well, and I see that happening.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, Crawford is a great fighter. I think he's one of the best. I just think that he's biting a little bit more than he could chew. But you never know. If anybody can do it, it could be Crawford. You know, I do see him, like, when he fights, I'm like, damn, how do you beat this guy? You know, he could do it all. He could box, he could bang, he could, step on the gas when he needs to. He could, he could do everything. The only thing I see is sometimes he gets cracked with some crazy ass shots. But other than that, I mean, he's really one of the most complete fighters I've seen in my life.
Fernando Vargas Jr. said Crawford may start strong, but Canelo will figure him out mid-fight and likely stop or knock him out.
You know what's crazy is, I'm a big Crawford fan as well. Like, every time he sees me and my brothers and my dad at fights, he comes out of his way, shakes our hand. It's all respect. But I just feel the weight's a little too much, Marcos. I feel going up 2 weight classes, really like 3. And early, I feel Terrence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snapped back or, catch Canelo early. Maybe I could see Terrence Crawford go southpaw because you see Canelo has had a bit of problems with southpaws. You could see Canelo, I could see him getting frustrated, picking him up like how he does, like when he gets frustrated. But I say 6th, 7th, 8th round on up, I think he'll figure him out. And we need Canelo to get a stoppage, if not get a get a knockout. I think it'll be great for Mexico, and it'll be great for Razas. But I got Canelo, coming out with the victory.
Diego Pacheco said if it goes the distance, Crawford can win by decision, but a knockout likely favors Canelo.
What are your thoughts on that Canelo versus Crawford fight? How do you see that fight going, and what's your prediction?
That's a very, very good fight. 2 great fighters. I grew up admiring them my whole life, so I'm excited for that fight. I think Crawford is a hell of a fighter. If it goes the distance, he might be able to get that decision win. But I think if there's a knockout, then it might be Canelo who's getting the knockout win. But I'm ready to watch the fight. You know, I'm going to be a fan, a big fan that night, and just be rooting for both guys. You know, they're both great fighters.
Canelo's sparring partner Lawrence King said Canelo might stop Crawford, but business-wise, a draw is possible if it goes the distance.
I think Canelo's going to win, but I tell everybody, man, as a business standpoint, I think it's going to be a draw if it goes the distance. But I see Canelo getting the stoppage. I don't think Crawford's going to carry that weight well. Even if he did put on weight, I don't think that was a good idea, especially coming up from a smaller guy. But you know, it's going to be a great fight. Two brains in the ring. It's going to be a good fight.
Simon Jordan said Crawford's skills and confidence make him dangerous, and Canelo's size alone won't guarantee victory.
I went straight away with Crawford, and so did Spence. I mean, other people that we've spoken to, I think Paul Smith and other people that sit on the show with us think it will be Canelo Alvarez because of size. We've seen Canelo Alvarez take that journey up to light heavy and find himself coming up against Dimitri Bivol and not being able to do what he does at super middleweight. I just think that Crawford is such a fighter of such stature and competence that he might just be the kryptonite to Saul Alvarez.
Andre Ward said Crawford can adapt and hasn't been truly figured out, so he picks him despite the weight risk.
What would happen if Canelo fought Terence Crawford? I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him. You know.
Brian Bomac McIntyre said, Team Crawford is confident in victory and dismisses size concerns as overblown.
We're gonna beat this motherfucker's ass, dog. It ain't no cakewalk. We're gonna beat his ass, so I promise you that.
And what's your message to the naysayers that Terence is too small?
Watch and see. I ain't steered you wrong yet. And I ain't in the business to start now. Fuck that shit. I try to tell them about Spence.
Teddy Atlas said Crawford can win because Canelo may be declining, overrated, or lacking hunger.
Oh yeah, I can see Crawford winning. And why? Well, Canelo's last performance, real quick, what could it be? I already went over this. You want to hear it in a deeper breakdown? Canelo, he's either old man time, that undefeated guy, he finally caught up to him. He's made so much money that the urgency's not there, the fire's not there. At least it wasn't there a week ago. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this one, that maybe he's a little overrated. I listen, you know, you can make the argument that he lost the first Triple G, you know, but you can make the argument he lost to Lara. He did lose to Mayweather. You can make the argument he was too young in his career. Maybe. Although it wasn't that young. He turned pro when he was 15 or 16. He was 23. He was already pro for how many years?
Timothy Bradley Jr. said early rounds will be about positioning and power testing, with Canelo settling in faster.
I think Canelo will try to control the center of the ring. I think he might even box a little bit on his toes, due to the fact because he wants to feel the punching power, and vice versa. Crawford wants to feel his punching power as well. You know, in the beginning, it's all the position balance. Like both guys are trying to get balance and trying to find their rhythm. You know, understanding their distance to where they can punch and at the same time avoid getting hit. You know, it takes Crawford a little bit more time than I would say Canelo to get right to it.
Ronnie Shields said Crawford's stance, switches, and counters can break Canelo's rhythm and give him a real chance.
Well, I think it's going to be a great fight. You know, I've been asked this question a lot the last couple months.
Yeah.
And I really and truly believe that Crawford has a great chance. You know, Crawford is not going to fight him like School fought him. He's not going to fight him like Lara fought him. Crawford is going to be doing a little bit of ins and out, I believe, turning left-handed and right-handed. And, you know, for me, I think he's going to give Canelo a problem because Canelo probably going to think he's going to be moving a lot. And I don't think so. I think Crawford is going to practice, you know, rely on his counter-punching abilities and then start taking the lead and putting Canelo in positions he's never been in, you know, in a long time. So, and I think that's the right way to fight Canelo. You know, you can't worry about his power. You just got to worry about making him miss and then countering and being effective. And Crawford has all the ability to do that.